What's up, everyone? Welcome back to more Ace Attorney Investigations. Miles Edgeworth. Last time we left off, we did end part 1 and middle of chapter 2. Now we're going to do the end part 2. And I'm recording this on my birthday, which is actually the day that the first episode of this is going up. So today's been fun. I've been watching Gravity Falls and playing World Ends With You, which are both games, well, a show and a game that I got. I also got My Hero One's Justice, but I haven't played that yet because, I don't know, I might stream it. In fact, by the time this video goes up, I've probably already streamed it, but we'll see. Let's play Turnabout Airlines and part 2. Hopefully this isn't only like 20 minutes long. That would really suck. Because then it would be like, oh, okay, I guess I'm playing part of the next chapter, you know. Miss Meal. I also binged the rest of the Ace Attorney anime, by the way. I watched the whole thing. Besides, I haven't watched season 2. I'm going to wait for that to come out, then I'll binge that too. Miss Meal. Huh? Do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zhang. Huh? You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible, because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zhang. Oh? Miss Cammy Meal. Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did. No one can make a mistake so large, Miss Meal. But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well, Miss Meal. If you please tell me about your alibi during the time span, from just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found. Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? Why, yes I am. Miss Meal's alibi. Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. How was a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Meal, wake up! Oh, she fell asleep again. Looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. But I already have evidence to say that it's not true. Why do I? Okay, apparently I don't have to. So you were alone the entire time, were you? Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi. Oh, well, I think a contradiction just popped in to say hi. What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Miss Meal, there was a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony. Huh? What are you talking about? It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6 a.m. How do I say the suitcase? Like, oh, suitcase receipt, here we go. I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meal. Huh? A receipt? For what? It's the suitcase Miss Tenero bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp, as you can see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m., Miss Tenero. Yes. Huh? Why is the killer here? I thought you have her locked up by now. I requested that she present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Now then, Miss Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, correct? Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase, after which I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off. And did you see Miss Meal there at the time? No. So, Miss Meal, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.? Miss Cammy Meal, huh? The bathroom? I'll be the one to ask the questions here. Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Yeah, nature calls, you know? You take me for a fool. That's a little too convenient to be true. But it's the truth. Cross my heart. I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage. You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out? I don't really want to, but reason for suspicion. Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. But you think then maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda, too. She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard in the shop, you know? If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious. Super suspicious. Please leave Miss Tenero out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now. I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda. Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I? Never mind. But you wanna know something? Miss Rhoda actually kind of I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design. Now's not the time for this sort of talk. Yeah, well, the design was pretty terrible, so... I don't know... Actually, your on-the-job behavior makes you super suspicious in my eyes. Huh? But why? While Mr. Nero is busy with the passengers and all of her other duties, you have a lot of free time on your hands, thus providing you with ample time to commit the crime. Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you cease and desist in this line of conjectural questioning. I won't allow you to bluff your way through this like a certain defense lawyer. But I do not honestly believe Miss Meal does any actual work aboard this flight. That's not true, Mr. Edgeworth. Although, well, all I'm in charge of are the attendance room and some Virginian stuff. Yeah! You are a fool. So you are the only one in this flight crew that speaks Virginian. Is that correct? Oh, yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Virginia for a while. If that is the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose: to lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Virginian is you, Miss Meal. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Elif Red could not have occurred. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. Oh, I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth. It is exactly as you say. Are you confessing you have participated in this smuggling? No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off on that document, but you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There is no direct correlation after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper. Really? All you did was sign it? I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So sorry about that. It seems that she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight. Suppose, and this is just a supposition, even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that. If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have had a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring, and just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring. Well, did you ever stop to think that maybe Rhoda is a smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes. So perhaps there is some element of a setup at play in this case. What are you talking about? Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I mean the killer. First it was myself, and now it's Mr. Nero who's under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can. You have no proof that Rhoda is being set up, or that she isn't. Actually, I believe she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicions. This proves that the killer was out to frame Mr. Nero from the very beginning. I would say the suitcase, right? That's my best guess. The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so? The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenero for the murder. Miss Tenero buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, oh, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase, ergo they made do with whoever was at hand, adapted their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop, and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree? Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyways? And that is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. What special circumstances dictate the need for the killer to frame someone? Where the murder took place, apparently. The special circumstance is simply that the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age. So no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame either Mr. Nero or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Mr. Nero or myself, but you, Miss Cammy Meal. Only you and you alone can be the killer. And Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me, other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I still can't quite fit into the big picture. The cell phone? Yeah, like why can we not find that thing, for the love of God?
Take that.
I don't have any actual evidence. I thought not. But that's because it went missing, and still is. Missing? What do you mean by that? Oh, our evidence will be the fact that she has this cell phone, isn't it? In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on, and that is the victim's cell phone. Franziska, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks's cell phone. Or at least, that's what you told me. That's right. But Agent Hicks's cell phone could not be found at the crime scene. You mean, the killer took the phone with them? Precisely. I suspected if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer. Come on, get serious. If the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well? We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Franziska, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not? Of course I do. Oh. Ah, Agent Hicks's phone! It's ringing from somewhere, sir. I hear it, detective. Now where is it coming from? Oh, wow, yeah, it is really loud in here. The ring is coming from somewhere in here, sir. Leave no stone unturned, detective. We must find it. Is that it right there? The ring is coming from in here, sir. What? No, it can't be. This has got to be the victim's cell phone. Guess whose locker is this, sir? It's Miss Tenero's. What? It was a setup, god dang it. So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone? I found it in the flight attendant's room. In Miss Tenero's locker. What? But... Rhoda Tenero. I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It's Von Carme, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda Tenero right away. Wait! I have a theory. This relates to the incident with the keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Miss Tenero's locker at the same time. This is related to the keycard, alright? In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that. Ugh. The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is the one bird we cannot ignore. And car horns, apparently. What should I do? Franziska's right. I can't offer baseless conjectures at this point. Alright then. Why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? It must have something very incriminating on it, or in it.
Hold it.
What now, Miles Edgeworth? It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone. What? Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to our killer. Can I check the phone, actually? Can I, like, open it up? The LCD is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call with this. Huh. We need to examine this phone in more detail. Alright, I don't think it's the cracked screen. It's gotta be something else. Ah, it's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly would Agent Hicks plan to preserve the crime scene of a smuggling? Franziska, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures? Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir. This looks like a very similar model to my own, and mine can take photos just fine. Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence for a smuggling case. If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos in here for our killer smuggler. But the phone's all busted up, sir. Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone. Ugh, I'll find a way, don't you worry about that. May I go back to sleep now? The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. That's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. What? What do you mean by that, Franziska? He looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. The phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still there inside, waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone. Franziska, your phone, if you please. Very well. It's transferring. Alright, displaying it now. Yep, it's not there. This is... Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case. Hey, the elite Fred's nowhere in this pic, sir. This has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right? Ouch, he's right. There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hicks's killer, sir. Is this it? Is this the end? Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use? Oh, there's no tarp. What's all this? Oh, a cargo ship from Virginia to Zhengfa. So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zhengfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the contents of the boxes? Fortunately, there's no English written on them anywhere. One close to our boxes is written in Virginian. It says, blah, blah, blah. It is cloth in English. Cloth. Could it be? Is this where the killer... What? What for is that scary face? Miss Meal. Yes. It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is. Ha! Maybe you shouldn't force your mistaken reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth. The Borginian cargo on this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. The fact that she knew there was cloth in there, and she's the only one who can read Borginian, that proves she's the killer. And what is that supposed to prove? The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt, not spit. But there was one thing that bothered me the whole time. Where did it come from? And now I finally have my answer in this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded in Zhengfa had cloth written on it. In Borginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece to clean up with the blood. That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Cammy Meal. Ha! That's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Virginian. Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature. What? There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Borginian, well then. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first. Oh, bed sheets, of course. Yeah, that makes way more sense.
Take that.
Hey, it says bed sheets in English right on the box, sir. Precisely, and bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say? So what are you trying to say? That if I were the criminal, this box of bed sheets would have been what I would have spotted first. However, the killer chose to use some Virginian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold, so they were afraid to leave signs that the box with the sheets had been opened. However, this Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color, because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zhengfa. That's right, that is why the Borginian cloth was used. And the only Borginian reader on board who can make such a calculated decision is you, Cammy Meal, you and you alone. Ugh! It would be very easy for us to confirm it if any of the boxes were resealed. All we'd have to do is contact the Zhengfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. So what do you say, Miss Meal? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zhengfa? No! That's a lot of bubbles there. He was Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble. I... We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir.
Very good, Detective. What about the smuggling route? Did you say anything about that?
They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. It was scary, sir.
She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means serious business. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just want to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much.
It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation.
But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
That's...
I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want.
No, I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, we here at iFly Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Now, I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue no matter where you go. I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir. But boy, was it fun.
Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges.
By the way, where's Franziska? She's filling us some customs paperwork for her departure.
Departure?
Yeah, Miss Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding our case.
Detective, can you cancel the car I had you reserved earlier?
You got it, sir.
Ah, it's pretty light out for 5:40. I guess it's March. Franziska?
I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for idle chatter.
I have no intention of wasting your time, however it has been a while since we last met.
I also have no time for such familiar reminiscence.
Just who do you think I am? You're Franziska Von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect.
Only until a little while ago I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing purist living here on the name and fame built by your invincible father.
True, your father, Manfred Von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. Also, apparently they implied in Justice for All that Von Karma died, so... okay. And in the anime, they're like, but he's in jail. And I was like, really? You're trying to censor it now? So I don't know if that was a mistake, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible.
What are you talking about? The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture.
Sounds like a dangerous assignment.
You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself.
Yes, I suppose you can.
Plus, there's another agent on this case with me.
Oh, another agent?
He's a star among Interpol agents and has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows? May even run into him one day.
Watch, it's Latouche. It's like, what? I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why I would cross paths.
I suppose, but I doubt he would say the same.
I'm not following you.
Wait. Wait.
My first thought was Phoenix, but then no, I was like, wait, no, that doesn't make any sense at all. Let's just put that out of my mind. Who do we know that could be an agent? I have no idea.
You'll understand soon enough. The fight's only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. When I am.
You can be sure I'll pay you back. In full. Excuse me.
Well, and just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness. I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for her whip.
Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation.
Oh, it was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. I think I'm going to celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight.
Oh, just how much did you cut his salary by, Franziska? Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office.
Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want.
Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Thus, I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Franziska Von Karma, the smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play. And the players on the other side of this war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. Uh-oh. Edgeworth speaking. Finally. I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through. And you are... What? Wait. Wait. No way. Is this Gant? I forgot my voice, Miles, my boy. No, it's not. I couldn't remember if he called him my boy at some point. I don't think he did. Never mind. Is Gant ever gonna come back? Probably not. That makes me sad. I loved Gant. He was such a good villain put in such a bad case. It wasn't, I don't know if I call it a bad case, but it was so boring. There were so many aspects to it, and it didn't feel like anything matched. And then we somehow made it into a single case. But Gant was so cool. He was so interesting. And we were just like, yeah, we're just gonna throw it out the window. Mr. Amano. Ernest Amano, correct? Us. I don't know what to give you. So you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son, he's been kidnapped. End, right? Yep, I knew they would do that. Well, I can't end this episode at 30 minutes. I can't do that. So, you know what? Who cares? Let's go on to the next one. I don't give a crap. Do you give a crap? I don't give a crap. Honestly, these episodes are really short anyways. God, I remember in Apollo Justice, it would take like forever to get one episode down. Wow, that's a lot of question marks. It's time. Don't worry, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be following your every movement with my binoculars. Good to hear. Now make sure you don't lose sight of me. I'm counting on you for backup. You can count on me, sir. I have to go. The kidnapper is supposed to contact me soon. Who would have thought that upon my return, I'd be thrust into a kidnapping case? Oh. And I would be the one who has to make the ransom drop-off. I need to change the title. I don't know what I just did. Crap. That's better. Let's see, I checked all that the money is there, safe inside the suitcase. And all I have to do is wait further instructions from the kidnapper, which I'm expecting to be transferred to my cell phone. Wonder who else is around. This is the meeting place after all. Oh, the Gatewater Hotel? What? Welcome to Gatewater. Welcome to Gatewater Land. Oh, thank you. And a big hello to you. I'm the Proto Badger. Nice to meet you. Excuse me, were you perhaps thinking of taking a picture of me? A picture of you? Sorry, but I'm not interested. Oh, that's too bad. Well, have a good day. Hello?
Who are you? You're not Ernest Amano.
Oh, he's in.
Why are you? You're not Ernest Amano.
Sounds like the kidnapper is using some sort of voice alteration device. I'm his representative, Miles Edgeworth.
Are you a car?
No, I'm a prosecutor. I know what you're wondering, and yes, I have brought the ransom money with me.
I see. In that case, bring the money with you to the stadium.
So this person intends to see if I'm being followed, huh? Please, Detective Gumshoe, I really need you to come through for me this one time.
I'm the Blue Badger, dude.
Oh, it's gonna be the Rockers, whatever it's called. Edgeworth speaking.
Next, come to the haunted house.
Just how long do you intend to have me wander around for?
That's for me to decide. You don't have much of a choice here, my friend.
I suppose not. I've arrived.
Go inside.
Spooky. But if this is what you're here to show me, then I'm leaving. What a dismal place.
That's it. Go through those doors.
Am I being watched from somewhere?
That's it. Go through those doors. Leave the money and go. Now.
I was hoping for an exchange, but you should do as they say for now and not push it. I couldn't catch even a glimpse of the kidnapper. Perhaps I should keep an eye on this haunted house until police backup arrives. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's actually really creepy. What the heck? What? Ah, that's creepy, man. Ugh. It was a trap. Am I kidnapped now too? Oh no. That guy. Betrayed. No, can't be. The deal. Who's that? What are they talking about? Split police. Alright. In front of meetup. I can't move my body. I fear I may faint again. Where am I? How long was I out? Wasn't raining like it is now when I made the drop-off. This was supposed to be a simple affair. So why have I been taken hostage as well? I can only assume Detective Gumshoe lost sight of me at some point. The only reason I agreed to be the drop-off man was because of that phone call. It's from Mr. Ernest Amano, the director of the powerful Zaibatsu, the Amano group. But aside from that, I also owe him a great debt of gratitude. His only son, Lance, had been kidnapped. Lance Amano. I feel like we've heard that name before. I know that Lance is already in his 20s, but I guess some things you never grow out of. I can't sit around and wait for someone to come help me. I must escape somehow. Was that you making that funny sound? Who's there? And how dare you laugh at a gentleman's plight?
Oh, it's a female. So you making that funny sound?
Who are you? Are you one of the kidnappers?
Kidnapper? Me? No way. I'm not into such petty crimes.
I've seen you before. I think I've seen Art you somewhere.
Nope, I'm after something much, much bigger.
I must be worn out from today's ordeal. Focus, Miles.
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry about that. Ahem. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine the light of righteousness of the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief, Yatagarasu.
Great thief? And did she really just claim to be the Yatagarasu?
Oh, but my real name is Kay Faraday. You can call me Kay, okay? Good, glad to hear that settled.
Not quite. I have a mountain of questions for you. But first, if you'd be so kind as to remove these ropes.
I wonder, should I remove them? I was actually having a lot of fun watching you make those silly faces. Hey, there's no need to get all mad and ice glary on me, you know? This rope goes through here, and there you go.
What a relief. I owe you my thanks.
Ah, it's okay. You can pay me back in full later.
Now then, what question should I start with? Unfortunately, I can already tell nothing is going to be easy with this cheeky girl. You call yourself a great thief, yet you are really a thief. But are you really a thief at all?
You doubt me? I get it. You think a young lady like me couldn't possibly be such a big-time thief, right?
That's not the part I have a tough time believing.
I'm the real genuine Yatagarasu, you know? Yep, I'm a pure-blooded great thief. It's a little something I inherited from my predecessor.
In that case, you wouldn't mind if I arrested you then, right?
What? Of course I mind. I haven't stolen anything yet. Seriously, I don't know how you can say such a horrible thing to your savior.
That's true. Technically, she hasn't stolen anything in front of me, yet. When you say you're the Yatagarasu, do you mean you are the Yatagarasu?
Yep. The most righteous of the righteous, the legendary great thief. But the title has only recently succeeded to me, so I haven't had a chance to steal anything yet as the second Yatagarasu.
Not aware that thieves could pass down their titles like that.
But don't worry, I've got some big plans in the work.
Big plans, huh? They wouldn't happen to lead to a big arrest, would they?
I knew it. There's no reasoning with a prosecutor.
I'm not the problem here.
I'll have you know that the Yatagarasu has no intention of stealing pretty trinkets. There's one thing and only one thing I want to steal.
Only one thing? What would that be?
But that's gonna have to wait until we find our way out of here.
Well, at least there is one thing we agree on. I'm sure I'll have plenty of time later to learn more about you.
So you never told me what your name is, Mr. Prosecutor.
Ah, I guess not. I'm Miles Edgeworth.
Ah, now I remember.
You remember something I just told you, but she sure is cheery.
Alright then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get out of here.
Huh? It would seem that we are locked in from the other side.
What? No way! I don't hear you, la la la.
Kay, you do remember where you came in from, right? Looks like that might be our only way out of this room.
Whoops, slight miscalculation. That's a good height to make an entrance from, but I can't jump that high to make an exit.
Suppose we have no choice but to look around and see if we can find another way out. Isolation room.
Hey, there's something inside the bottom right box. Oh, I think it's a pink badger costume.
Pink badger?
You don't keep up with what's going on in the world, do you? In that case, you'd better study up on the whole badger clan with this.
What is it? The bad badger! The very first badger. What is this thing?
Think of it as a Bible of all the things you'll ever need to know about the clan.
Whatever, I suppose I can keep it as a reference guide or something. Suppose this means that this is where they keep all the costumes.
Certainly looks that way. Sorry. It's like the badger's family's home.
There are 8 boxes, but 7 of them are empty, which means that 7 of the costumes are in use right now. But aren't these badgers the mascots of the police force?
Well, I heard that the police had a hand in sponsoring this theme park. Probably because the Gatewater Group owns the police from all those cases they solved.
They have all the power of the state, and they use it to make a theme park.
It's not just any theme park. They have a handcuff-shaped double looping roller coaster.
That's quite enough. I'm feeling woozy from just the thought of such a thing. Won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. There's more. Oh, I see a key. What have we here?
Ah!
Why do I feel a laser-like stare aimed right at me? Did you want to take a look?
Well, don't mind if I do. Oh, I see. Yes, this is definitely a key. I'm sure it's a key to something.
This something is what is relevant to my interest. What is this?
Looks like the Bad Badger. It's looking as bad as ever.
It's like a costume head to me.
Guess the Bad Badger's costume is, at the very least, a two-piece, huh?
The real question is, why is only the head sitting out here on the floor? Blue Badger's head. Or Bad Badger's. Isn't this my phone? Looks like I made it through the ordeal intact.
If only there's a way for us to contact someone on the outside.
Ah, but we do have a way, right here.
Ah, there's a cell phone here this whole time?
Right, Detective Gumshoe should have contacted the precinct for backup by now.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay? I was so worried, sir.
I'm fine. I was knocked unconscious for a spell by the kidnapper, that's all.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm such a failure. If only I hadn't lost sight of you.
Detective, we don't have time for this. Have the police set up a perimeter right now.
You don't have to worry about that, sir. I already got the boys working on that. But in doing that, I sort of...
What's wrong, Detective? Sorry to butt in, but I'm afraid you're going to have to make do with me. Who is this? Shilong Lang of Interpol. A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard a great deal about you. So why exactly is an Interpol agent like yourself involved in a domestic kidnapping case? Don't sweat the details. A crime's a crime, whether it's on a local or a global scale. Besides, You're the one who's in a world of trouble. And why would you say that? Lang Z says, the pack that runs together stays together. You catch my drift? You caused quite a ruckus by running blindly into a situation and then getting caught. You should have contacted the police from the very beginning. I'm sorry this happened because of a lapse in judgment. However, I humbly request that you please help me out via post-haste. Sorry, no can do. What? We're hunting the kidnapper now, and I haven't got any hands to spare. As I said, my pack moves as one. You're the one who wanted to go it alone, so good luck to you, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh, and once we catch the kidnapper, rest assured we'll come find you. Eventually. You. What's wrong? Did you get cut off? No, my phone ran out of power. No way! Doesn't matter anyways. We should try to get out of here through our own means. Yeah, I have a name to live up to after all. If we put our heads together, we're sure to find a way out. Holding a Blue Badger photo rally. You know, plus it's not just the Blue Badger, it's the whole family too. If you manage to snap a shot of every member of the family, you get a really posh prize. Well, there's a costume head sitting over there. Why not start with a picture of that? You can't do that, that's cheating. There's only one of each badger in the park, so you have to work for it. Speaking of badgers, there was one sitting against the wall in the haunted house. Seriously? Somehow I don't think that one counts, Mr. Edgeworth. You have to take pictures of the costume ones walking around the park. So those are the rules of this game. How quaint. Man, why do they have to put the window so high up anyways? How's that thief supposed to make her daring escape? I suppose we could make our way out if we were able to climb on top of these lockers. Ha, that's pretty clever. You'd make a good thief yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Please don't ever place my name and the word thief in the same sentence again. Let's see. Wonder if I can jump up and grab the top of the locker here. Man, why do they have to make such ginormous lockers anyways? If we want to use these lockers, we need some sort of foothold. Do you know where the person who kidnapped me went? Well, after they locked you up in here, it sounded like they went to the next room and started talking to someone. I feel like I heard something as well, but it's all haze in my mind. However, I do recall that the kidnapper was talking with someone. It was just a guess before, but I guess I really am dealing with two kidnappers here. After that, they left. It almost seemed as if they were done with you. I suppose that is the case, as my kidnapping seems like an afterthought to the $1 million. Well, they went into the next room. Let's see what we can find out through the slot. Ooh, we can peer into the room the kidnappers were in from there. It wasn't until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Is that what I think it is? Looks like the kidnappers' escape had a tunnel prepared just in case. That's awesome! They're like a bunch of great thieves themselves! No, they're not, because I highly doubt they made the tunnel themselves. The floor panel was removed and propped up against the beam in a very specific way. I think this building was originally built with a basement or an underground area. This is the beam I was tied to. What's up? Spawning perhaps we can make it over and out of the window if we climb this. Good thinking. And if that's climbing action you need, just leave it to me. Thanks. A little hooks like it might make for a good foothold. Up you go, Kay, and good luck. Count on it. The great thief Yatagarasu spreads her mighty wings and takes to the skies. Here I go. As I thought, this beam was definitely not made for climbing. What do you mean, as I thought? I'm not your guinea pig, you know. Alright, now we can do something. I don't know what. There's a lot of stuff. Open floor panel, the beam I was tied to, maybe? There we go. This hook on this beam. You know, I already tried. There's no way I can jump from this hook to the window. Come on, even you have to admit when something's just not possible. Ha! I wasn't about to suggest that again. Rather, that it's here for a different purpose. Really? Like what? As you saw in the adjacent room, it's clearly for keeping a floor panel propped up, which means that there should be a panel in this room that we can open as well. Oh, I get it. We didn't notice its existence all this time because it was being hidden by this top. Alright then, let's fold this thing up and see what's underneath. Now this is what I call a treasure. Wow, this must be another entrance to the secret hidden basement. I totally smell treasure. This entire wish to smell is sweet fragments of freedom. And what are you waiting for? Hurry up and open the hatch. Alright. This thing is locked down tight. Now I have to... Oh, fiddlesticks. Oh, fiddlesticks. Oh, come on. It's not that hard. It's locked. But we have a key. What could this mean? Boom! I believe you're up, Kay.
Huh? Why me?
Because we need to use the tiny key that you've taken quite a liking to.
Oh, gotcha. Just leave it to me. I love the tense feeling in these moments when you're about to uncover something big.
I believe the feeling of freedom would be much more satisfying right about now.
Alright, I got the secret door open, and now...
What? Wait! What? Ah! Are you alright? Kay!
I'm fine.
Lara just slipped is all. Thank goodness she's alright. I about had a coronary.
There's a lot of really large machinery down here.
What about an exit?
It's really dark and cramped down there, so I really doubt there's an exit. I can't believe that happened.
You've only yourself to blame for leaping before you looked, you know?
No way! I mean, how was I supposed to know that the ladder is removable?
Oh! Haha! Underground locker. Boom. Whoosh! I figured out how we will escape this prison, Kay.
Oh? So how are we gonna bust out?
It seems the reckless actions were of use after all.
Are you actually praising me?
More of a thank you for giving me an idea regarding this ladder.
The underground ladder? What about it?
This ladder isn't just for those who wish to go down.
Oh, I see. We use this.
Yes, I believe it's long enough to reach the top of those lockers.
Well then, what are we waiting for?
Investigation complete.
Alright, now we can get out of here.
Yes, we spent entirely too much time in here. Kidnappers who held me hostage and a mysterious Interpol agent. This case is only getting started, and I'll be the one to bring it to a resounding end. Oh, I was like, are we seriously about to end it? That was like the quickest thing I've ever seen. The Wild Est. Is that what that said? Whoa. It looks like it stopped raining for now.
Yeah, thank goodness. You have no idea how hard it was raining earlier. Mr. Edgeworth. I'm so glad to see you managed to escape, sir. I was so stressed that I thought my heart was going to give out.
Detective Gumshoe, may I ask what in the world that is?
Well, that's,
Count off! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 98, 99! Shifu! All 99 members are here and accounted for, sir.
Whoa. What the heck do you think you're doing counting my cups off like that?
Every person is a valuable human being, you get me? And everyone has a name that their parents gave to them. No one is a 1 or a 2. Everyone, regardless of age or rank, is number 1. Got it? Shifu! Shifu! You're Agent Lang, I take it? You infidel! How dare you address our Shifu so rudely? Urgh. Lang Z says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. So don't you ever forget to show the proper respect towards another person. Shinna. This isn't much. Please accept my card. Oh, thank you. Please accept mine in return. You all see that just now? That is the proper way to show people their respect. Keep that in mind and you'll get far in life. Got it? Ah, that's right. Franziska did warn me. Something about an elite Interpol agent from the Republic of Zhangfa. Apparently this man is the highest successful arrest rate in the organization. Agent Lang, why exactly is an Interpol agent involved with this clearly domestic case? That's none of your business, Mr. Prosecutor. How is it not? I've had a rumor or two about you. You solved a murder that occurred during your flight home recently, right? Ha! But you sure took a while just to arrest one little flight attendant. How pathetic.
How dare you say that about Mr. Edgeworth? Are you saying you could have solved it faster, pal?
Comedic relief jumps to the aid of his master. How cliche. Look, what I'm getting at is that if I had been there, no one would have died. I would have solved the entire case, and Agent Hicks would still be with us here today. Agent Lang knew yesterday's victim, Agent Abe Ackby Hicks. Wait, what? Yesterday's? So when did the first case take place? Hicks was like a brother to me, so now I'm about to take my revenge. Agent Hicks was investigating a smuggling ring with Franziska and a third person. This must be the man she was talking about. In that case, you should understand how I feel, as the kidnapped is someone I know. So I ask that you please allow me to participate in the investigation.
This isn't your needy trim courtroom of Eden, you know? You're out in the wilderness now, Mr. Prosecutor, and way out of your league. No hard feelings, but why don't you go on back to your courtroom now, pretty boy? You dare to mock the court? I do. And I don't need the help of a filthy prosecutor. Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. Who uses the adjective filthy to describe a prosecutor? And why? Why do I feel such intense loathing emanating from him? Alright, man. Good job on the perimeter around Gatewater Land. Now just find me the kidnapper and bring the punk to me. Dismissed! Sir! No, Mr. Prosecutor. You just sit tight here and don't cause me trouble, understand? Wait! Mr. Edgeworth? It's been a while since I last met someone so disagreeable. Why, of all places, did he show up here? I'm completely out of the blue at that. Suppose I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe to fill me in on that. Great job, Detective. Sir! For losing sight of me and the kidnapper and allowing my investigation to be hijacked, Sir, I look forward to your next month's salary assessment. But the case isn't lost yet, sir. I'm gonna show you just how much of a man Dick Gumshoe can be. Shall I prepare the 21-gun salute now or later? Detective, are you sure it was the precinct you called for backup? Of course, sir. I think I would know the number to my own precinct like the back of my hand. Then why did an Interpol agent show up instead with an army of his own agents? That, I have no idea. About 5 minutes after I made the call, that Wolfman showed up out of nowhere, sir. Agent Lang definitely has an agenda. So the question is, what is he after? Mr. Edgeworth, I was wondering if I may ask about one thing, sir. Yes, what is it? Who is that girl? The one over there, I mean. I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, Kay Faraday. What? Funny, I don't recall making you my assistant, Kay. Yeah, I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Me! It's been like that since... forever! Sorry, but I just stole your supporting role. How can you say something so serious with that giant grin on your face, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, we got a thief on our hands, sir. She stole my role, sir. I'm taking her in, getting her convicted and making sure she serves out her sentence. Oh, come on, it'll be fine, like musical chairs. You better stay fast on your feet. No way! I won't. I will not lose the spotlight to you, little girl. Man, I can't calmly do any stealing at all with that detective around. I suppose it's not easy when there's this many members of law enforcement in the vicinity. Yeah, it's alright. It's not like I'm in a hurry to steal just any old thing. Which is it? Do you plan to steal something or not? Quite the mystery, this one. Maybe I should talk with her a bit more. So what are you gonna do about your investigation into the kidnapping? Good question. Since Agent Lang holds authority to investigate this case now, this makes things a bit more complicated. Oh, come on, you can't let that stop you. I'll even lend you a hand, so let's go. You're a self-purported great thief, are you not? I don't believe I can let someone of someone of an unlawful nature participate in an investigation. You don't like to listen, do you? I'm not just any ordinary great thief. I'm the Yatagarasu. And as I said earlier, the Yatagarasu is after one and only one thing. What is this one and only one thing you're after? The Yatagarasu is only interested in one thing, and that thing is the truth. I see. It was 7 years ago. God dang it. There was a vigilante threw the business world into a panic. JK, this actually takes place at the same time that Apollo Justice is going on. It's been 7 years since Wright's trial. It's like, no! Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appeared and vanished at will. Though we still don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu like to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings and all sorts. Once the target was chosen, no dramatic calling call was announced, or an announcement was set forth. Instead, the chosen corporation was infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found was sent out to the mass media, along with a card with the mark of a three-legged raven. Looking back, I suppose you could call what the Yatagarasu was stealing the truth. This child will really be the successor to the original Yatagarasu. That can't be, can it? Lance, where are you, son?
Mr. Romano? Oh, Miles, my boy. I'm sorry to involve you in such an affair just after you've returned. For you, Mr. Romano, I'll gladly offer my assistance. After all, I have you to thank for how well things turned out during my time abroad. If it wasn't for you, I might not have been introduced to that law office and had the chance to study the inner workings of another country's judicial system. No. Think nothing of it. As you know, Manfred and I go way back. I consider a beloved disciple of his to be like one of my own blood. If you don't want to go overseas again, you need only ask. I can even use my computer's vast network to send you anywhere at any time.
So who's the old man?
He's the father of the currently kidnapped Lance Amano, Ernest Amano. Then have you found Lance yet, Miles? Please, I miss my poor boy dearly. I'm terribly sorry, but your son's whereabouts remain unknown, Mr. Romano.
Well, hold on there. What happened to all that money?
I believe the $1 million has been stolen. The culprit are now on the run.
What?
Poor old man. Did you have anything you could give him to cheer him up, Mr. Edgeworth?
Forgive me, Mr. Romano. I was wondering if you could please tell me the details of the kidnapping one more time. Oh, it was yesterday. A call came to the house. The receiver came to the sound of my son. Help me, Daddy. I know this is tough, but please stay with me here, Mr. Romano. You don't understand. He hasn't called me Daddy in ages. It was incredibly moving. I wish I'd recorded him saying that. Definitely should have recorded that conversation, but not for the foolish sentimentalities of an old man. Refresh my memory. What kind of person is Lance again? How will telling you about Lance help you get him back? Surprisingly, a lot can be deduced from a person's relationships and behaviors. Very well done. Lance is my one and only son. He turned 21 this year. He's very much like me when I was his age. Kind, very attractive. Sure, women simply can't keep their hands off of him. Is there anything else about him you noticed of late? Now that you mention it, I haven't been able to get in contact with our butler, Oliver. Your butler? Yes, his name is Oliver Deacon. He's been with our family for years now. He gets along so well with Lance, so I thought maybe he would know where my son is. Mr. Romano, could you please tell me a little more about your butler, Miss Deacon? As a butler, he's outstanding. He even serves as Lance's private personal tutor. He took a brief leave recently, but even after it was over, I haven't been able to reach him. So you still haven't spoken with him since his leave? What about his family and friends? They said they hadn't seen him. I tried everything I could think of, Miles. You think this got something to do with Lance's kidnapping? It's possible, but I can't say anything for sure quite yet. So even the person closest to the victim has gone missing. Oliver Deacon. Sounds like one name I'd better keep in mind. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Let's begin our investigation. Even if an Interpol agent holds the authority to head this investigation, we can't allow ourselves to stand idly by, twiddling our thumbs.
I'm with you 100%, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I, Dick Gumshoe, pledge to stick by your side through thick and thin.
Mr. Romano, it was my fault the culprits escaped, which is why, with your blessing, I vow to return Lance to you myself. Oh, I've never seen you so passionate before, Miles. Good luck to you, my boy.
Alright, well, what are you waiting for? Let's do some investigating. If you think I'm losing to you, pal, forget it.
Oh. We're doing an investigation?
So what should we examine first?
Thanks to Agent Lang, we can't leave this area, but the culprits were here only until very recently, which means we may be able to find some clues that will tell us how they escaped.
Okay, let's get looking.
Hey, you there!
Who, me?
What are you doing goofing off in a place like this?
I wasn't goofing off, I was about to help Mr. Edgeworth kick off his investigation.
You imbecile! All precinct detectives are now under Agent Lang's direct command!
No way. I am not working for Wolf Boy. Mr. Edgeworth, can you do something?
I'm not exactly in a position to argue, seeing as how you are a member of the police. Good, now let's go!
No! Boy, have I just...
Where have I got the job for someone of your talents?
Well, that was exciting.
Okay.
What? Can't you tell I'm all ready to get down to some detective work?
You should go home. Your parents must be worried about you.
Oh, come on. You finally get to be your sissy and you try to ditch me?
I don't recall offering you the position.
It ain't to be so difficult. Besides, it's already too late, you know? Like I said, I've already stolen the position of assistant a while back.
You're the only one asserting that.
Well, by the time anyone notices, it's already gone. That's the Atakarasu way.
You shouldn't speak so lightly of things you know nothing about.
Fine, whatever, you win. Go ahead and do your little investigation. The talented Assistant K is going to tag along no matter what you say.
If she turns out to be useless, she's not going to listen to me. Might as well surrender and let her come along for the ride. Okay, well, I'm gonna end this episode here for now. We've been going for about an hour-ish. So, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, on all that fun stuff. Stick around and see more of this awesome game. We're gonna be playing it till the end. I hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough, and I'll see you all later. Peace out!